You have a deadline tomorrow. You know you should start working on it. But instead, you're scrolling through your phone, reorganizing your desk, or suddenly deciding now is the perfect time to deep clean your kitchen. Sound familiar? You're not lazy. You're not undisciplined. Your brain is actually working exactly as it's designed to. And once you understand why procrastination feels so good in the moment, you'll finally understand why it's so hard to stop. Here's the first thing you need to know. Procrastination has nothing to do with laziness. In fact, when you're procrastinating, you're usually doing something. You're just not doing the thing you're supposed to be doing. Psychologists have found that procrastination isn't a time management problem. It's an emotion regulation problem. You're not avoiding the task itself. You're avoiding the negative feelings that come with it. Maybe it's boring, maybe it's overwhelming, maybe you're afraid you'll fail. Whatever the feeling is, your brain sees the task as a threat, and it does what it's designed to do, protect you by avoiding it. But here's where it gets interesting. Your brain doesn't care about your future self. It only cares about right now. And right now, avoiding that uncomfortable feeling feels amazing. Let's talk about dopamine. This is the brain chemical that makes you feel good, and your brain is constantly seeking it. When you work on a difficult task, dopamine comes slowly. You have to put in effort, deal with frustration, and wait for the reward. But when you check your phone, instant dopamine hit. When you watch a YouTube video, dopamine. When you scroll social media, dopamine, dopamine, dopamine. Your brain isn't stupid. It learns. It realizes that these easy activities give instant gratification, while the hard task gives delayed gratification. And in that moment, your brain will always choose instant gratification. This is called temporal discounting. Your brain values immediate rewards way more than future rewards, even if the future reward is objectively better. A small pleasure now feels more valuable than a big achievement later. And here's the kicker. The more you procrastinate, the stronger this pattern becomes. You're literally training your brain to choose instant gratification over long-term goals. There's another psychological phenomenon at play here, and it's called present bias. Your present self and your future self are basically different people to your brain. Right now, you can imagine your future self easily handling that project. Future you is motivated, focused, and disciplined. So present you thinks, I'll just do it tomorrow when I feel more ready. But when tomorrow comes, you're not future you anymore. You're present you again. And present you still doesn't want to deal with those uncomfortable feelings, so you push it off again. This is why you keep promising yourself you'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow never actually comes. Your brain genuinely believes that future you will be different, but future you is just present you with less time. But sometimes procrastination isn't about seeking pleasure, it's about avoiding pain. And one of the biggest sources of pain is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough. When the stakes feel high, procrastination becomes a shield. If you never start, you never fail. If you wait until the last minute, you have a built-in excuse if it doesn't go well. Psychologists call this self-handicapping. You're sabotaging yourself on purpose so that if you fail, you can blame the procrastination instead of your ability. It's a defense mechanism. Perfectionism is a huge driver of this. If your standards are impossibly high, starting feels terrifying because you know you can't meet them, so you don't start at all. The irony? Procrastinating guarantees the outcome you're trying to avoid. Not all tasks are created equal. Some things you procrastinate on more than others, and there's a reason for that. Research shows that we're most likely to procrastinate on tasks that are boring, difficult, ambiguous, or lack personal meaning. If a task checks all 4 boxes, good luck getting yourself to do it. Your brain sees no immediate reward, tons of effort required, and unclear steps to even start. Of course, you're going to avoid it. This is why you can spend hours doing something you love without even noticing the time. but 5 minutes of something boring feels like torture. It's not about your willpower. It's about how your brain values the task. All right, so now you know why your brain loves procrastination. But how do you actually stop doing it? First, make the task less painful. Break it into tiny steps. Don't think, write the entire report. Think, write one paragraph. Your brain can handle one paragraph. The resistance isn't to the work itself, it's to the emotional weight of the whole task. Second, remove the dopamine competition. Your brain will always choose the easier dopamine hit. So remove the competition, put your phone in another room, block social media, make procrastination harder than doing the actual work. Third, use the 2-minute rule. Tell yourself you only have to work for 2 minutes. That's it. Once you start, the resistance usually disappears. The hardest part is starting. Momentum takes over from there. Fourth, reframe the fear. If you're procrastinating because you're afraid of failing, reframe it. You're not trying to be perfect. You're trying to be done. A finished project that's imperfect is infinitely better than a perfect project that doesn't exist. Fifth, connect to future you. Write a letter to yourself from your future self. What would future you want present you to do? This sounds cheesy, but it works. It makes future you feel real instead of abstract. And finally, forgive yourself. Beating yourself up for procrastinating makes it worse. Guilt and shame are uncomfortable emotions, which makes you want to avoid the task even more. Break the cycle, acknowledge it, learn from it, and move on. Look, you're never going to completely stop procrastinating. None of us are. But understanding why it happens gives you power over it. Your brain isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it evolved to do. Avoid discomfort and seek pleasure. The key is recognizing when it's happening and choosing to act anyway. Because here's the truth. The discomfort of doing the task is temporary. The discomfort of not doing it lasts way longer. If this helped you understand your own procrastination better, drop a comment and let me know. And if you want more psychology insights like this, make sure you're subscribed.